Once upon a time in a magical land called Mystoria lived a young wizard named Finnegan. Finnegan was not like the other wizards, he was smaller, and his spells often went awry. Despite his struggles, he was determined to be the best wizard Mystoria had ever known. He spent countless nights studying his ancient spellbook, hoping to master every spell within its pages. One day, while flipping through the musty old book, Finnegan stumbled upon a peculiar spell. It was called the Spell of True Magic, and it promised to give the caster unparalleled magical abilities. However, the spell required an ingredient that was nearly impossible to find: a tear from a dragon. Dragons were rare and fearsome creatures that roamed the distant mountains of Mystoria. Determined to find a dragon's tear, Finnegan set off on his quest. He packed his bag with essential items, his wand, some food, and of course, his trusty spellbook. He then began his journey, traveling through enchanted forests and crossing silver streams. After days of traveling, Finnegan finally reached the foot of the Dragon's Mountain. With a mixture of fear and excitement, he began his climb. The path was steep and treacherous, but Finnegan pressed on, driven by his unwavering determination. As he neared the peak, he heard a deep, rumbling growl. There, perched on a ledge, was a magnificent dragon.
In a peaceful village nestled between rolling hills, children often played together near the sparkling river. Among them were three best friends: Timmy, Lena, and Max. They shared everything from toys to snacks, and they reveled in each other's company. But one sunny day, a lesson about respect and boundaries transformed their friendship forever. The village elder, a wise woman named Amara, decided to teach the children about the importance of respecting each other's body privacy and boundaries. She called a gathering under the ancient oak tree, its leaves rustling gently in the breeze. "Children," she began, "each of you is unique and special. Just as you cherish your toys and keep them safe, you must also cherish your own bodies and respect others' boundaries. When someone says no, it's important to listen and understand." Lena, always curious, raised her hand. "But Elder Amara, what if we're just having fun and someone suddenly doesn't like it?" Elder Amara smiled warmly. "That is a very important question, Lena. Even during fun and games, everyone has the right to feel comfortable and safe. If someone suddenly feels uncomfortable, it's our duty to stop and check if they're all right." Max, the most adventurous of the trio, nodded thoughtfully. "How can we know if we've crossed a boundary if they don't tell us?" "Sometimes people might feel shy or scared to speak up," Amara replied. "That's why, as good friends, we must pay attention to their expressions and actions. If someone steps away or looks upset, it's a sign that we should pause and ask if everything is okay." Timmy, who loved puzzles, likened it to a game. "So it's like putting together clues to make sure everyone is having a good time?" "Exactly," the elder encouraged. "And remember, never force someone to join an activity they're uncomfortable with. Respecting body privacy means asking for permission and being considerate." Once upon a time, in a village nestled between rolling hills and a dense forest, lived a curious little girl named Lily. With her big brown eyes and a heart full of adventure, Lily was always on the lookout for something exciting. One sunny afternoon, while wandering through the attic of her grandmother's cottage, she stumbled upon a dusty old chest. Her eyes sparkled with curiosity as she opened it to find a small, intricate golden key inside. Clutching the key in her hand, Lily ran downstairs to her grandmother. "Grandma, what does this key open?" she asked eagerly. Her grandmother, with a twinkle in her eye, replied, "Ah, that is the secret of the golden key. It opens a door to a wonderful treasure, but you must find the door first." Determined to uncover the mystery, Lily set out on an adventure. She searched high and low, in every nook and cranny of the village. She asked the baker, the blacksmith, and even old Mr. Whiskers, the village cat, but no one knew about the door. One evening, as the sun was setting, Lily decided to explore the dense forest at the edge of the village. The trees whispered secrets as the wind rustled through their leaves. Deep in the forest, she stumbled upon an ancient oak tree with a tiny keyhole carved into its trunk. Could this be it? With a trembling hand, Lily inserted the golden key and turned it gently. There was a soft click, and a hidden door opened in the tree trunk. Once upon a time, in a lush green forest, there stood an ancient willow tree. This wasn't an ordinary tree. It was the Whispering Willow Tree, and it had magical powers. The tree could speak in a soft, gentle whisper, and its leaves shimmered with secret knowledge from the ages. The forest animals loved the willow tree, and they would gather around it to listen to its stories and seek its wisdom. One sunny morning, a curious little rabbit named Benny bounded over to the tree. Benny was known for his boundless curiosity and big floppy ears. He had just heard from a wise old owl that the Whispering Willow Tree had a new story to tell. Benny wiggled his nose in excitement and pricked up his ears to listen. The tree's soft voice began to narrate a tale of an enchanted pond hidden deep within the forest. According to the Whispering Willow, the pond had the power to grant one sincere wish to anyone who found it. But the journey to the pond was filled with challenges and required not just bravery, but also kind-heartedness and wit. Benny's eyes sparkled with wonder. "I must find that pond," he declared, and hopped off to gather his friends. Lily the clever squirrel, Oliver the brave fox, and Daisy the gentle deer. Together they set off on their adventure. The first challenge they faced was a rickety old bridge over a swift stream. The bridge groaned and creaked with each step. Lily, being light and quick, easily scampered across and found a sturdy vine. She cleverly tied it to the bridge, providing extra support for her friends to cross safely. Further into the forest, they came across a dark cavern inhabited by a grumpy old badger. Oliver, with his bravery, approached the badger and offered him some delicious berries. The badger's grumpiness melted away, and in return, he showed them a safe path through the cavern. Finally, they arrived at a tangled thicket, impassable by Bennett's small size. Daisy, with her gentle spirit, persuaded the birds of the forest to weave a path through the thorny bushes with their beaks and claws. At last, the friends reached the enchanted pond. They gazed into its shimmering waters, and Benny made his sincere wish for the happiness and well-being of all his forest friends. A bright light enveloped them, and within moments, the whole forest seemed to glow with newfound joy. The Whispering Willow Tree's story had come true, and from that day on, Benny, Lily, Oliver, and Daisy were celebrated as the heroes of the forest. And whenever anyone needed guidance or a bit of magic, they knew they could count on the Whispering Willow Tree and its wonderful tales.